Well, good morning, everybody. This is Jillian, and I would say this. If this was yesterday, I would not have assumed I would be online today talking to you. I would assume I would be still in bed, nursing some kind of migraine, nursing some kind of hive reaction. And I don't know if you noticed yesterday, but I was straining to talk a little bit. I was just drinking water yesterday. I wasn't even drinking my coffee and my cream. Um, I didn't realize that I would be feeling the worst part of the situation with this hives that I've been dealing with. And it all stemmed from this crazy ass frequency shift since July 4th weekend. And it hits people differently. Well, it definitely hit me differently, and I've had to deal with it for the last week or so, couple weeks, ever since July 4th weekend. And so, yeah, but I'm still able to maintain. But I'll tell you, yesterday I had a migraine. I felt like I had so much pressure in the front part of my head, sort of in the back part of my head, and then my back was itching. I had this back scratcher that would reach all the different parts of my back because I was dealing with so much of the hives on my back. My husband came home after fishing. I showed him, he's like, yeah. And I said, and then what I felt like yesterday was I ate a bunch of spaghetti after I did the transmission yesterday. And I laid on the couch and I watched some stuff, had a weird ass dreams. And I even dreamt like my lungs were feeling weird. What did I say yesterday? I said, hold on. I said I felt a micro level opening in my lungs. I felt something when I was on my back, like sleeping, and I could hear the Netflix going because I fell asleep to Netflix yesterday in the morning, afternoon. I felt something open up in my lungs, and then I felt it close. It was just so weird. And of course, I felt the heart palpitations, like major heart palpitations. And it's not like I was getting a heart attack or anything. It was just that the frequencies are so insane that even though, it's hot, yes, it's hot, but it's like you feel the sweats, like you see right now, I'm kind of sweating. You feel the sweats. So I was feeling like, and I felt the strain, like not only in my back of my neck and my back, but also the strain like in my head. So it was like a migraine. And I was raised around someone who had migraines. I've been around people who've had migraines. I've picked up so many different memories from people, and you never know how those memories impact you. You never know to what extent they're burrowing deep in your system. And then when the climate shifts, it wakes them up. When the climate shifts, wakes up the memories that you've picked up throughout your whole life, whether you had sex with someone, whether you're just hanging out in a group of people and they're sharing their particles with you, or whether you just walk into an environment that's so thick with people's energy that you take on different memories as you are walking through life. Okay. And so the only thing I can do to get relief was to take a nap, was to literally lay in my bed and take a nap so I can escape the pain. I didn't even use any peppermint oil or water. I'd used nothing. I just fed the pain. I fed it the spaghetti. That was the only thing I can do, was feed it spaghetti. And that's what I used to do when I had PMDD really bad, was I eat a pound of spaghetti with sauce, and I would just eat that, or top ramen when I was really poor. And I'd just, be like finding a way to just escape the pain and feed it and then go to sleep. That's what I did when I had PMDD throughout my whole younger adult years and my early 30s and some part of my 40s. But then that everything came to a head up to 2016 because I met my husband in my late 30s. And that's when I was exploring the whole conspiracy world and then the whole holistic. Then I went right into the J world. Okay. And so taking a nap was the only thing I can do. I had itchy hives. I had like under my boob. I had hives a couple years ago when the frequencies changed around the COVID-19, and it was it was cold outside. It was really, really cold. And I was chipping the ice on the deck because I was feeling so energetic because of frequencies. And then I came inside and I had all these hives on my front. And my husband told me, just take off your clothes and go into bed and just lay down. And I did. And they all disappeared. Well, now the hives are on my back now. And they're like down. Sometimes they're down my leg, the side of my leg, the back of my knees, on the side of my ass, under my boob. And then I would feel a little bit of the lymph nodes open up as the body is releasing the demon, so to speak. Okay. And so, yeah, a rise in temperature can bring up the hives and then also bring up the memories. And so, yeah, so the thing is I opened up my system. So I'm feeling all of this stuff. I even feel a bit like a little pressure in the back, down my spine, but nothing bad. It's just you feel it, like you know something is going on. And I'll tell you, if I didn't have an open system, I would have probably died yesterday in my sleep because I could actually feel weird shit going on in my lungs. And like, you don't know, you can't see inside yourself, right? You can't, but you can feel stuff. And when you're sleeping, whether you're sleeping at night or you have to take a nap during the day, whether it's like a long ass nap, like you're sleeping, there's a lot of reparations going on. That's why it's so important to get your sleep, because that's the reparations. That's what's going to help your body fight the battles inside. And then when you wake up, you either have to go to the restroom. Like, I didn't really have to release so many demons yesterday, but this morning when I released the demons, it was pretty crazy because I was farting a lot last night, which meant that my body had pushed through all that crap that was going through my lymphatic system right into my intestines. And then farting so much and blowing my nose last night was helping everything get pushed out up here and pushed out down there. And so when you poop out the next morning, you are releasing those demons the next morning. And even during the day, you are helping your body do stuff if you have to take a nap. And taking naps and sleeping is, I'm serious, it's going to be your best friend. It's going to help you survive this. Feeding and sleeping is going to help the women who are feeling stuff, even the men. But see, my husband, he was sick a couple weeks ago when the around July 4th, but he wasn't like sick, but when I got my computer, he wasn't sure if he was going to go because he was like feeling like he couldn't even hold his poop in, like he was going diarrhea a lot. So he was releasing demons, but everything was coming out that end for him. It wasn't coming out this end. For me, again, we women are very, very evolutionary, and we pick up a lot of things along the way, and we're used to feeling this sickness because of PMS. And so we should be feeling this stuff. And if we're not, then we're blowing up or we're starving ourselves. And I'm going to say that for every single woman out there. If you're not feeling what's going on, then you are either blowing up super huge or you are starving yourself so you don't have to feel the triggers. Or you're under the influence, aging out. That's the only thing I can think of why some women do not feel anything. They're aging out, or they're blowing up, or they're starving themselves, or they're under the influence. Probably all the same things. All right. And so let me just say this. Acute hives are often an allergic reaction to something you put into your body, like food, drink, medication, or something that you touched. Okay, well, you could be around things that were anaphylactic against whatever foods you're eating. You pick up those antibodies from people who have used food as medicine, and that could be metastasizing in your body. And then a frequency shift, like a major heat index, then brings up those allergies. Doesn't mean that you starve yourself. It doesn't mean that you go and try to stop eating the peanuts and the shellfish, because you're seeing that's what the triggers are. For some people, it's peanuts and shellfish and milk, and it could be virus, it could be viral, it could be a bacterial infection, all these things. And they give you so many different factors, pollen and plants and different things. And so, I haven't eaten peanuts. I don't really eat so much shellfish, but it's not like I wouldn't. I've had shellfish, I've had seafood, I could eat sushi, but lately it's just been milk and meat and veggies, and not even veggies really, but milk and meat and potatoes and sour cream and onions and cheese and cereal and spaghetti and garlic and bread. And that's not something that I'm going to be like, oh, I'm allergic to all that, so I'm going to stay away from that. That's not my reaction. My reaction is, oh, something shifted in me, something woke up in me and expressed itself, and I'm going to keep feeding the demons and releasing them. So no matter what these allergists say, and they're going to do all these tests on people when they do get the hives. I heard someone, like, back in 1996, someone had hives that I knew. And she had to she woke up one day and had all these hives. And so she had to go to the hospital, and they had to do all these tests on her. I don't know what came out of it because it wasn't my business. But she had to stay away from certain foods or take some kind of antihistamine. I'm not taking antihistamines. I'm welcoming every single histamine reaction that goes on, because that's the body releasing whatever demons, and I'm going to keep feeding. And then guess what? I feel fine after I go through that process. But people don't. They keep treating their allergies. And so that's why I say you need to ask your doctor to finally wean you back onto life. Okay? Not wean you off of life. And so let me go back to the beginning here about Lisa Marie Presley. Lisa Marie Presley's autopsy revealed that she had a small bowel obstruction. That's what she died from. That developed after a previous bariatric surgery years ago. Okay, so those that get bariatric surgery, those that get all these operations on your bowels, they're not going to work correctly at some point, because you're supposed to be able to condition them to take on the substance and release. That's why I say these are your fingers. Understand using milk, meat, cheese, eggs, fruits, using food, not so much the J juice, and understand conditioning your body and training your sphincter, training your alimentary canal, blowing your nose, like literally blowing your nose and releasing the demons, so you don't end up going under the knife and having trauma done to you and then end up not surviving a small bowel obstruction. Okay? So as I say on top of that is, as people's lives are being taken away through this system, what are you doing to earn your life back? The life that was given to you, you didn't earn it. It was given to you. Now you have a chance through all this suffering, and I'm suffering too, okay? I'm right along with all y'all. Now you have a chance to earn your life back. Do you have what it takes? And so right now the J World is about redemption. It is not about absolution. The medical industry, the holistic industry, the religion, the politics, the science dogmas are all about absolution. Taking away your, what is it? Absolving you, taking the guilt away. Redemption is finally facing your demons and taking the sin out of your actions, out of your world. When you finally face the demons, you have taken away the sin. Absolution says you can be sinful, but it'll be forgiven just like that. They'll take away your guilt. That's what absolution is. That's what medical system is. They take away your guilt for treating your body abhorrently. The holistic system, same thing. Take away your guilt for treating your body so disrespectfully. Every system that is in a cure type of situation takes away your guilt, but you never get redemption. You only get absolution. You die from absolution, but you could actually live from redemption. That's literally what the J World is. It is about redemption. And so Lisa Marie Presley, autopsy revealed that she had a small bowel obstruction that developed after a previous bariatric surgery years ago. Bariatric surgery includes gastric bypass and other weight loss procedures. A bowel obstruction isn't always fatal, but it can be. And so a complete obstruction can be life-threatening and requires immediate medical care. In this situation, crucial blood supply gets cut off, which causes the tissues of the intestinal walls to die. That's what people are facing when they're trying to do the shortcuts through weight loss, okay? And so now it's like either you get absolution and you won't survive it, just like Lisa Marie Presley, she got absolution and she'd never fixed and did anything different, and so she passed away from absolution. Or you can find a way to redeem yourself, and that takes work. That is earning your life back, because every single one of us has been given this life, but we never fucking earned it, really. I mean, they can say the meaning of earning is go find a job and give to your friends and family in the community, but there's a different type of earning. It's when you suffer through finally treating your body with respect, treating life with respect, not commodifying animals and people and friends and family, and finally taking care of yourself. That's redemption. That's earning your fucking life. But again, people out there have been given a life. And when you're given things and you feel so entitled, you're going to abuse it, you're going to take it for granted, and you're going to disrespect it, and you're going to get absolution. And then, yeah, that's the died suddenlies. That's the passing away. I could have passed away yesterday in my sleep if I hadn't had the J World behind me. Okay? Because it was pretty aggressive. And so this is what I give to this is what I tell everybody now, and this is what I want people to know, is that I don't walk away from people to teach them a lesson, because there's nothing for me to convert in other people. I can't teach them a lesson. I can't make them do shit. I can't convert them. I can't do anything. But I have to learn my lesson on what kind of lifestyle that I want to lead and how much I want to be influenced by the people out there. Okay? And so we don't walk away from people to teach them a lesson. You think about it. We walk away from society because we learned our lesson from the people. Every single one of you, I don't care who you are, if you're a troll or someone that likes me or doesn't like me or only knows me through acquaintances, every single one of you, I don't care who you are, taught me valuable lessons about the world. And again, I hope I can be a lesson to you. However you want to see me, I don't mind being the devil or the angel in your world, if that's what makes you feel better, to do it, to give you some absolution. And so then, this is what I ask the doctors. When you want to reverse the situation, we ask the professionals that we were told to go have our pain taken away, to go manage our symptoms, the ones that did the operations to us and gave us the oncology and gave us all the shots and gave us all the therapies. I want you to finally give us our life back. Give us back our pain so we can finally hold ourselves accountable and redeem ourselves. Okay? Help us humans. Now, this is what I ask the doctors. More than the nurses, because the nurses take cues from the doctors. Help us humans overcome salt allergies, sugar allergies, food allergies, while teaching my parents or the parents out there to blow their nose, cough, and poop. And I'm going to say this. This is the only way humans will find redemption. Like literally, this is the only way humans will find redemption. Otherwise, what happens in the medical holistic industry, you get absolution and you don't live. And so this is going to be a short video because it's going to be straight to the point. If you are serious about getting your life back and you are under a doctor's care, take my book, put it in their lap and say, I want my life back. Because every single procedure you've done to me took away percentages of my life. And I didn't know any better. Because I was told that pain is not supposed to happen, and I was told that I should have trauma done to me through surgeries. I was told that I should be taking a pill for everything. I was told that I should be taking a machine to myself to then make my body work the way it's supposed to. But now I want some autonomy. I want you now to teach me how to live. I want you to teach me how to transition back onto the food supply, to take on the salt, the sodium, to take on the sugar, and help me condition myself to open up my respiratory system so I can cough and sneeze and blow my nose. And I want you to monitor everything that goes on so that way I feel better that I'm going to live through this. And I want you to help me get through pooping and show me how to manipulate my own sphincter, because nothing is dangerous sticking my own finger in my own butt. So doctor, show me how to do this, doctor, because you're a doctor. You know the anatomy and physiology. You know anatomy and physiology. Why don't you teach me how to get my life back? Not keep taking away percentages of my life where I end up in the morgue someday. I don't think that'll go over very well to some of these doctors who are so, I'm saying narcissistic, who are so feeling like they're gods, to now finally undo everything they've done to you and your family. But hey, that's bringing the accountability back to the system. That's the system saying, that's me following the laws of the system. You're a fucking professional, aren't you? Doctor this, doctor that. You're part of the AMA. Doesn't it say in your Hippocratic oath, do no harm? What is doing no harm? Not doing a surgery on somebody. Not giving somebody an antibiotic. Not taking a machine to somebody. That's doing no harm, is where you're actually teaching the person how to live, how to eat, how to release the demons. Let's put it right back into the doctor's responsibility. If I'm supposed to go see a professional to manage my health, well, I want my life back. But see, it's going to take a very discerning, very intelligent, intellectually capable patient who knows they've been under a doctor's cares for years, doesn't want to fucking die someday, to put the responsibility right back in their fucking doctor's lap. How many doctors out there are going to reverse everything? They're too proud to do some shit. This is where you have to put pressure on the system, patients, if you want to live, to have them reverse everything and have them tell you that you're not going to die from symptoms as long as you're feeding yourself. And they'll help you get over the food allergies. Because that's what these doctors do, these allergists do when they're reversing the food allergy, the peanut allergies. They're introducing the peanut allergy to that patient little by little by little by little. They deal with the symptoms. I don't know how they're dealing with the symptoms. I'm not part of that whole situation. But you see how I've been dealing with symptoms, right? I cough, I sneeze, I blow my nose, and I keep eating. I take the rest, I sleep, and I don't go out there if I'm sick because you need the rest. I don't take anything. I don't do any cannabis. I don't do any antihistamines. I just scratch if I have to scratch, but I definitely release those demons. And I cough and I sneeze and I blow my nose and I eat. And so, yeah, if the system wants to go and say, well, Jillian, you're not a doctor. Who are you to say this? Oh, I'm not a doctor. Absolutely fucking not. I'm not a doctor. But right now, Rockefeller medicine is all about taking away your life systematically. Well, Rockefeller medicine can also turn their ass around because physics speaks to that truth. Rockefeller medicine could be like, you know what? We don't have to do a surgery on you. We don't have to give you all these pills and powders and supplements and detoxes. We don't have to do all these, put these machines on you. Oh, but right, it's the people we're conditioned to ask for their shortcuts. Well, watching Lisa Marie Presley, seeing how she passed away, watching all your friends and family who end up in hospice, how many times they've been through oncology, isn't that a fucking lesson to you that the doctors and the nurses are not saving your fucking life? But again, this is the thing. When you've trained and conditioned families to accept death, when you train and condition families to never feel pain, to never suffer, and have everything given to them, they will ask the doctors and the nurses to take away their life systematically, even if it means that they will suffer astronomically in the future. Because well, they don't know. They just assume. But they don't look at everybody. They don't look at anyone as a lesson. People barely look up above their fucking addictions to see what they're doing. Their addictions to staying in the game. But when you look at your parents, you look at the people around you that have suffered through oncology, suffered through all of the different procedures, that ought to be a fucking lesson. And some of you who are that discerning, that can learn lessons, now it's time for you to take a stand for yourself and help change the industry and go right back to the professionals who you're forced to go deal with when it comes to symptoms and managing your health. Because remember, Jillian is not a doctor and she never said she was. But now Jillian understands that the fucking game is being played. Okay, then you say, okay, everyone should go see a doctor for everything? Okay, well then tell your fucking doctor to reverse every single curse they did to you. Tell them to get you off these allergic reactions to salt, to sugar, to gluten, to nuts, to shellfish, to everything. Tell them to teach you how to cough and sneeze and blow your nose. Not encourage a fucking surgery after a heart attack. Get the person on meat, milk, cheese, and eggs and all the foods, and bring them back on the sugar if they're diabetics because they don't have enough sodium in their diet. But not take away food from them systematically so they're so fucking skinny and then ripe for a goddamn heart attack and not survive it. That's what these doctors are doing, people. Setting them up to freaking die at some point. It's sad to watch. When you're watching your loved ones go through that kind of horrific shit, and then you're a son or a daughter to someone who's going through that bullshit, you're like dead man walking, dead woman walking, dead non-binary walking. That's pretty grim when you finally see shit for what it is. And so if you are a person that values your life, and you're in the J world, and you're under a doctor's care, and you can't do this shit on your own, you're too afraid to do it on your own, now it's up to you, patient, to go and change the medical system. Because remember, I don't need the doctors or the nurses or anything like that. So I can't change the fucking medical system. I can only point out what the patients could do, but it's the patient that's going to be the one that's going to change their own fucking life. No one out there is going to convert you. You will have to convert yourself or ask the help of the professionals to convert you back to life, not into death. And you better be intelligent enough to know how to articulate. And if you're not, well, here's my fucking book. Not that I'm trying to be strategic and trying to sell it. No, because I give a shit if you buy it or not. But if you want a leg to stand on and you want something tangible to show them what I did, that's when you use my book. But some of you don't want to feel the pain. Some of you don't want to ever face the pain. So even me doing this is not really going to move too many people who are basically trying to run away from redemption and try to get absolution because they don't want to ever have to pay for anything they ever did to themselves, to their body, their mind, their spirit, or their family. There's too much social capital, too much distractions out there. So even if I try to say, hey, use this as how many people are really going to do that? How many people are brave enough to go up against our fucking doctors with all the degrees? Oh, I'm so much specialer than you are because I have a fucking degree. Yeah, well, yeah, put your money where your mouth is, doctor. Save your fucking patients. Don't send them to the morgue someday. Nurses do the same thing. When nurses see what I'm doing and what's going on, they could be the one to put pressure on the system, to change the fucking system. How many nurses are that evolutionary? Probably not many. They don't want to go up against the system. They don't want to go up against their friends and family. So if they can't go up against their friends and family, you think they go up against the system? So it'll take the fucking patient to do it. But again, patients ask for their own demise. Yeah, the patients are the ones that are driving the death because they've been so conditioned, like Pavlov's dogs. So all I'm doing is just introducing another possibility, another strategy that works within the confines of the law. You want your life back and you're under doctor's care? Tell your doctor to reverse every single fucking thing they ever did to you. If not, then you have no leg to stand on. All right, bye.